Hi, my name is Mr Ford. I'm going to be reading Head Boy by David Baddiel. Bracket Wood is about to be visited by the school inspectors and has one big problem. Ryan Wood, the naughtiest boy in school. But when Ryan finally goes too far, the head teacher just walks out. And then the new teacher, Mr Carter, arrives. A man so strict, even the other teachers are afraid of him. So, imagine his surprise when they swap bodies. Now Ryan is in charge of the school, which is awesome until chaos reigns. Chapter 1. Bracket Wood School had never, since it was opened all the way back in 1983, had the ranking of from Ofsted as outstanding, nor had it received one of good. There was only a brief golden period in the 90s where it received one of satisfactory, but that was found to have been a mistake. The inspector had ticked the wrong box, for which he himself got marked down to not as good as we thought, and it went back to its usual rankings. Inadequate. In fact, a running joke in the Ofsted offices, not just a place where you'd have thought there'd be much joking, but at least on the subject of Bracket Wood you'd be wrong. That one day they might have to create a new ranking for this particular school. Rubbish. This was a problem for Bracket Wood because Ofsted, as I'm sure you all know, is a government organisation which checks that schools aren't rubbish. Parents, as you also may know, pay a lot of attention to their reports. Some parents in fact spend far too much of their time reading Ofsted reports and discussing them with their friends, who are also parents, and worrying all the time about which school to send their children to based on Ofsted reports. Some parents worry about this so much they ruin their children's childhood, but that's another story. This story begins with the staff and governors and parents and even some of the pupils at Bracket Wood in something of a panic because Ofsted was coming to inspect their school. In a month's time they would be there, which was even more worrying than usual for two reasons. One, Bracket Wood Council Education Department had announced on hearing that Ofsted was coming in that if the school got another inadequate ranking it might be time to think about closing the place down. And number two, Ryan Wood. Tomorrow we'll see chapter 2.